So now is the time that most of the folks in the room are here for. It's time for us to move on and recognize the excellence that's in the room. We do this 3 times a year. This is one of my favorite things that we do. And I should say before we start that you guys are all welcome to stay. I know that you don't have any school to go off to after we're done here this morning. So if you want, you can stay and learn all about Franklin County government. And we'll watch the mass exodus to the door as soon as everybody's done. But we are going to celebrate our state champions in spring sports. We're going to celebrate state champions in girls and boys track and field, girls lacrosse, boys baseball, and girls softball. We do this like I said, we do this 3 times a year, both in fall sports and winter sports and spring sports. I'd love to say first how great it is to see all of you guys here this morning. We're well into June. School's out. I've seen some of you kids at grad parties this spring. I'm sure you've all been off doing all your things, and it's well into summertime. And so thank you for coming down here and allowing us to celebrate you as state champions. We started doing this years ago. And we do this because we started doing this a long time ago when I first became a county commissioner, because years ago I was on a state championship team, and Columbus City Council recognized my state championship team, and I thought it was just the coolest thing in the world. There's Napoleon Bell in the front row. I knew Napoleon when we were in high school. And when we won,
did y'all wrestle together?
We actually did.
Oh, did? I didn't know that. Okay.
Napoleon was at Bishop Hartley, and I was at Bishop Reedy. Okay. But City Council recognized our state championship, and I thought it was the greatest thing because they brought us down and they recognized the hard work and the dedication and all of the effort that we put in over all the, and it wasn't just a one-year thing. It took us a long time to get to the top of that hill, top of that mountain. There's a team here from Hilliard Bradley that I've had the honor of being able to sit on the sidelines and watch for the last 4 years as they beat up on my daughter's team for 4 years. And I mean beat up. And so I know what it takes. I expected them to be here at some point, and they got here. And so I know what it takes as a parent. I know what it takes. I knew what it took as an athlete years ago. And so I just thought it was a great thing when they did it for us 127 years ago when I was a kid. And I know what it takes for all of you guys. As athletes, I know what it takes for you guys to get here. As parents, I know what it takes for you guys to get here. And so we do it for all of those reasons, but we do it for other reasons that are a little bit more selfish as well. We do it because we want to recognize you for the excellence that you put in and the dedication that you put in, but we also want to recognize you guys because we know the leaders that you will become someday. We're not always going to be sitting here. Members of Columbus City Council aren't always going to be sitting there. The members of Hilliard City Council aren't always going to be sitting there. The members of New Albany City Council, the mayors of New Albany and Hilliard, the mayors of the communities that you grow up in aren't always going to be in those particular places. This community needs future leaders. And so we're hoping that the hard work and dedication that you guys have all shown to get to where you are will be the same type of hard work and dedication that you'll show throughout your life. And that someday you will see government service as a potential and possibility in your future. Because, this state championship that you've acquired it's been your goal. Some of you have been here multiple times. Some of you will be back multiple times. But this state championship has been your goal. We assume that you're going to set other goals and that this isn't going to be the biggest moment in your life. We certainly hope that this isn't the biggest moment in your life, and it should not be the biggest moment in your life. If it is, 40 years from now, you will have led a very unfulfilling life. A state championship is great when you're 17, 18 years old. But when you're my age, if it's the only thing you've ever done, the biggest thing you've ever done in your life, I don't spend a whole lot. I spend pretty much three days a year thinking about the state, the time I spent, on the wrestling mat back in those days.
That's so untrue. He talks about it once a week. Here.
But, it is true, unless Commissioner Boyce is around and I rub his nose. No, you can't spend all your time thinking back on your glory days, as Bruce Springsteen likes to talk about. You can't do that. If you're doing that, you're spending all your time looking backwards, not your time looking forward. And so you need to set goals that are other than the state championship that you've acquired. And so we bring you here to celebrate this and to also hopefully, get you to focus on setting other bigger goals in your life. So now I leave it to my colleagues.
Yeah, thank you, Commissioner O'Grady. And I'll be brief, but just build on what you said, which is, this isn't it shouldn't be the most important thing in your life as your life progresses on. But I will say it is a moment to celebrate. It's a moment to reflect on your hard work, but to learn from it. What I know for sure, I know I've said this as well, as a former Division I college athlete myself, is that the lessons you learn on the court, the field, or whatever is your sport, translate in life. They translate in your family. They translate in your community. They translate in your work. And I can assure you that those lessons that you learn in high school, playing athletics, engaging in competition, will be things that you will apply as you go. And they will make you better. They will give you a tool. It will give you a tool to utilize in whatever battle you're facing. I've got a friend right now that is battling cancer, and but she's a former athlete, and she is going through rehab and different things, and she often draws upon the experience as an athlete in recovery. You know what it's like to be injured and have to get back to your team, and you know the work, the commitment, the perseverance that's required, and she's applying that in the fight of her life. And that's an extreme situation, but I give you example after example where people have faced tough challenges, and because of their experience in athletics and sports and competition, they have the tools that it takes to prepare and take that on better than perhaps folks who may not have that experience. And so enjoy what it meant to stand on the podium. Enjoy what it meant to learn how to be defeated or how to lose if you experienced that. Enjoy understanding what it took to not be defeated ever, and apply that in everything you do. And I think life will be a little more navigatable than it will already be challenging. And so I just want to say to all of you here, we won't speak to the end. There's a lot to get through the agenda. At least I won't. A lot to get through the agenda. But to say congratulations. Live in the moment. Enjoy the moment. But then prepare for your life, or whatever that brings you. It might be sports again in college. It might not be. But begin to prepare for that next stage by enjoying where you are today and being in the moment. So congratulations to each of you. Congratulations to your parents, your teachers, your coaches, your friends, your team, and all of those around you who get to be, maybe they didn't stand at the podium with you, but they're part of that experience. They're part of that celebration too. So you all deserve congratulations. Thank you.
Commissioner Crowley.
Thank you, President O'Grady. And just to, piggyback off of what my colleagues already said, and add a little bit more to it. One, I want to say congratulations. Like, what an accomplishment. I don't know what it feels like. I mean, I played sports for a very long time and had children that did the same for a very long time. And, it takes a lot of work to be a state champion. And so I wish I knew what that felt like, but I'm so happy that you all have stood on the podium and have gotten to experience that. I will say that, as Commissioner Boyce said, the things that you have done to get to that point will be things that transcend into the next chapter, whether you're going on to college or if you're returning. So like commitment, determination, understanding what it means to fail and fail forward, teamwork, sacrifice, what it means to do what you don't want to do to get where you want to be, to practice when you don't feel like it, to pour into others when you might not have it in yourself. But also like your village. Nobody gets to where they are alone. It takes others. And that will be the case in your next chapter and whatever you choose to do. And so don't forget to thank your parents because they sacrifice as well. Your coaches who don't have to do this, but, live and breathe this to make sure that you reach your goals. Your classmates, teammates, your siblings. Thank them for the encouragement or just even being there when you might not even have the words on hard days. And so it means a lot, and everybody wants to see you succeed. So I would just say keep those things in mind. Those traits that you have developed over time will be the same ones that will help propel you to whatever is next in life for you. So congratulations.
Okay. No more preaching. Thank you all for being here today, and congratulations for what you've accomplished. This recognition is made possible through the valued partnership that we have with the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Greater Columbus Sports Commission. Those two organizations share a deep commitment to supporting all of the student athletes that are in the room. Before we begin this morning, and we're going to recognize everybody. Please allow the executive director and of the Greater Columbus Sports Commission, Linda Logan, to come up, and Laura. Let me see if I can do this. I should have got it beforehand. Vermilia. Laura Vermilia, the Senior Director of Finance for the Ohio High School Athletic Association, to come up and say a few words. Sorry about that, Laura.
No problem. Good morning. Thank you, commissioners, administrators, prosecutors, and staff for inviting us to be here. This is one of our special days of the year. So again, congratulations to our spring champions. We have 13 high schools represented in 4 sports. So we're very proud of them. I know all of their hard work, not only for themselves, but their families, their coaches, and administrators. So very proud to be here today. Congratulations, and always great to partner with OSHA.
Thank you. I'm very excited and honored to be here today. I've worked for the OHSAA for 5 years, and this is my first time being down here, so I had to arm wrestle one of the other directors to get the opportunity to be here today, so thank you for that. Also, congratulations to all the winners. I'd like to recognize anybody who's a first-time state champion. Show of hands, first-time state champion. All right, and I know we have some repeat state champions. All right, and I know we got a couple three-peaters in those repeaters, yeah. Anybody a 4-time state champion? Anyone? All right, well, congratulations. Like the commissioner said, this is a huge honor, and it's just a stepping stone for your life. So, again, congrats.
Thanks, guys. All right. So obviously Central Ohio had a really great spring season. And while there's a bunch of you guys in the room, we're going to get started right away. As I call each of the schools and the sports, I want the coaches and the athletes, or sometimes it's an administrator as opposed to a coach, but the coaches, administrators, athletes to come on up to the podium. You can move it up and down if you need to. We want the players to introduce themselves, the coaches introduce the teams, talk about how the season went, so give us a few words and share about the season, what it meant to all of you guys. Seniors, be prepared to share what your plans are after graduation, and whatever that might be, whether it's whatever you want to share about where you're headed after graduation. And then before you guys go to sit down, we want to take a picture up here with whether it's an individual or with the team. So Let's go ahead and get started. We'll go ahead and start with the Bishop Hartley Girls and Boys Track and Field with Coach Jim McKay and all the athletes. Or athlete.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello, my name is Nicholas Thompson, senior at Bishop Hartley High School.
Hi, my name is Patience Locklear, senior at Bishop Hartley High School.
I'm Coach McKay. Thanks for having us here to recognize us. These are two of the greatest athletes in Bishop Hartley history. Very close with both of them, incredibly hard workers. Nick is your 100 and 200 meter state champion. Nick is going to go to the University of Akron next year on an athletic scholarship. Nick ran a 10.53 and 21.25, blazing fast times. Both are school records at Bishop Hartley. Patience is our high jumper. Patience is a two-time indoor state champion in the high jump. She has an indoor state record of 5'8". She is two-time national champion in Adidas Nationals, and she is now outdoor state champion in the high jump. And she is also going to the University of Akron. Yeah.
Just real quick, I competed in the MAC, and Akron really has come up their program. They've had some really national athletes, like All-Americans here, Division I All-Americans, and you're going to a good program from what I understand. So congratulations. And do well.
Congratulations on the silver knife. All right. The Dublin Jerome boys track and field team with Coach Alex Jacobs.
My name is Graham Tyler.
My name is Ethan Ishida.
I'm Hunter Coakley.
My name is Carter Hutchinson.
And I'm Coach Jacobs. Thank you, commissioners and staff and everybody for welcoming us here. Really appreciate the opportunity to recognize these guys and their hard work. It goes without saying that, being a state champ is not easy. And Graham and Ethan, our two seniors here, have been a part of the 4x8 relay that won the indoor state meet 3 years in a row, but we have escaped winning the outdoor meet until this season. And what a season it was to finish the way we did. I mean, we dealt with Carter had some injuries this year that kept him out of competing. Hunter got pretty sick mid-season, kept him out of meets. And so these guys did not run together as a relay from the indoor state meet until the regional final. So not a lot of work together throughout the season, just dealing with everything. But when the time came, they really stepped up and brought their best. They improved their regional time by 10 seconds. So from 1 week to the next, got 10 seconds faster. It was crazy watching it in real time. We're just so proud of these young men, and Carter and Hunter have some recruiting to do to find some two guys to replace these awesome seniors here, and I'll give them a chance to talk about what they're doing here in college.
Yeah, I'm running track and cross country at Lehigh University next year in Pennsylvania.
Impressive.
And then I'll be going to the Ohio State University, OH.
Ayo.
Thank you, thank you. And then I'll be doing Run Club and studying accounting and Spanish. So.
Thanks, guys. All right, we have St. Francis DeSales girls lacrosse team. Doesn't it take more than one girl to play lacrosse?
It does. They're all out of town. Hello, my name is Campbell Heald, and I'm a recently graduated senior.
Good morning, commissioners. Good morning. Congrats to state champs and to the guests. It does take 12 young ladies to be on the field. Unfortunately, we had quite a few that decided to go the day after we played Sunday. Monday, they got on a plane and went to Italy.
Nice.
So she decided to stay back so she could attend here.
Oh, hey.
I'm absolutely certain that's not why she stayed back, but okay. We'll all play along.
In all seriousness, we had a great group of seniors this year. The whole team, came together, and this is our third year in a row that we've been here in front of the commission today to represent a state championship. So I'm very proud of this team. I'm very proud of our senior class, the commitment that they put in, the time that they put in. It takes a lot of work to win one, but it takes even 3 times as much work to win 3 in a row. So I'm very proud of these young ladies. She probably, I could talk about quite a few of my players, but since she decided to come this morning, she's a 2-time All-American, one of 6 to be selected as that. She was also a three-time attacker player of the year. So Campbell is a very, we were very fortunate to have a player like that on our team. So Campbell.
Next year, I will be attending Brown University to study international and public affairs, hopefully go to law school eventually, and I'll be on the women's lacrosse team.
All right.
She's going to the Ivy League. I was saying that my son, that's where he went to school. He ran track at Brown and absolutely loved it. And he still goes back and still is very close to all the athletes. So it's going to be a good experience.
All right. Next, we have So I spent a lot of time watching this team because not only did my daughter play against them twice a year, and, we got beat up by this team twice a year, but I also spent some time watching this team on what is called Game Changer. For those of you who don't know what Game Changer is, it's both a great thing and a very maddening thing, if you know Game Changer. But and like I said earlier, I expected to see this team here at some point. They've been a very talented softball team for a number of years. Next is the Hilliard Bradley girls softball team with Coach Kevin Moody.
Thank you, President O'Grady and the rest of the commissioners for having us here. It is a great honor. I brought 3 of my seniors. I'm going to give them an opportunity to talk here in a second. But congratulations to all the state champs and administrators and coaches. This is really special, and I do appreciate you guys having us up here. Way back before the season even started, and I think all these teams and individuals that win know that a lot of work and energy has to go in. And we started with a book talk with these 3 seniors, an additional senior that couldn't be here, and created what we wanted to have as our legacy. And I'm going to have them talk about it for just a little bit. So thank you again for having us here. Introduce yourselves.
Hi, my name is Lucy Bennett. I'm a senior. I pitch and play first for Bradley. Bradley had 4 words that defined us. One of the 4 words that defined our team this year was bench mob. Bench mob meant bringing energy, being loud, and always supporting our teammates from the dugout, no matter what was happening in the game. Everyone had a role in keeping the team motivated and engaged. I truly believe our bench mob mentality helped us make us successful this season. The energy and support we gave each other played a huge part in helping us win the first state title in Bradley history. And I'm going to Tiffany University to play softball and study education.
And I'm sorry, you saying bench mob?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, interesting.
There is nothing like softball bench activity, so that is something to be seen.
The term bench mob says it all, so, yeah.
Hi, my name is Taylor Nicholson, and I'm the catcher for Bradley. The second pillar for this season was deep end. Throughout the year, we broke out of our huddles with deep end, or the phrase, take them to the deep end. It basically means to never let up no matter what the score is, whether you're up by 10 or down by 10. It didn't matter if we were hitting, fielding, or even on the bench cheering. It meant giving 110% until you shook hands with the other team. This phrase perfectly exemplifies the aggressive playing style that we had this entire season, the playing style that helped us beat some of the best teams in Ohio. Thank you. Oh, I am going to Heidelberg University to play softball and study sports psychology.
Hi, my name's Natalie Robbins. I'm a pitcher and an outfitter, and I recently graduated. I'm going to talk about our last 2 pillars for the season, one being a mentality and the other was our team song. Our mentality this season was about being united, that we were one team, not just athletes on the team. And this unity came through while being selfless and completely devoted to not only just the game of softball, but also to each other, no matter what was going on. It was always the team over what we needed, and we showed up for each other every single day. This was shown by our team song for the season, which was Umbrella by Rihanna, if you guys have heard it. We sung it before both of our state games in the dugout to kind of calm everyone's nerves. And one of the lyrics says, when the sun shines, we shine together. That was very shown through our team. We were constantly reminded by the people around us that we were loved, we were supported, and we were cared for no matter what was happening. Thank you. I'm not playing softball in college. I'm actually going to Columbus State to be a firefighter.
All right, nice.
Thank you again. I'm so proud of these kids. They did an incredible job all year.
So Tiffany, Aaron's going to Gannett, and I think they're
Yeah, I was saying it in high school, the ones I compete against, and then we're on the same team or compete against each other.
Yeah.
Those are my lifelong friends, the most of them.
So,
Each other in high school.
so the one young lady's going to going to Tiffin next year to play. My daughter's going to Gannon University next year to play, and Tiffin and Gannon have played each other off and on for the last few years. I have a feeling they're going to be playing each other again, continuing to play each other again in college. So anyway, let's hope the results are different when they get to college. Next, we have the Hilliard Davidson track and field team with the girls track and field team with Coach Matt Beatty.
Thank you, Mr. Grady, commissioners. I want to thank everybody else. Congratulations to your state championship and everything that goes into it in the season, and kind of piggybacking off of what Hilliard Bradley talked about. Last year, we were very fortunate to win the state title as a team, and then coming back with everybody coming back, we had to address the issue in the room, which is pressure. And we talked about how pressure is a privilege, and that it means that people care about you, and it means that we support everybody in the family you have will get you through those tough times. And these girls helped us come back to have a team state runner-up, and then we are here to celebrate our 4x8, 800, and our hurdler for state champions.
My name is Anna Weil. I'm a recent senior at Hilliard Davidson, and next year I'll be attending Indiana University to run track and field.
Hi, I'm Mackenzie Klein, and I'm a junior at Hilliard Davidson.
My name is Chase Hampton. I'm the girls distance coach at Davidson and the head girls cross country coach, so I'm going to talk a little bit about the distance runners. Mackenzie is here. We won a 4x8 state title that obviously takes 4 people. They are not in Italy. We have 2 seniors that are at college orientation. Celia Schulte, who will be attending Furman University in the fall to run, who also was a state champion, back-to-back state champion in the 800, state record holder in the 800, state meet record in the 800, and then Erica Collin, who will be attending Youngstown State University, who was on our 4x8 and then was also 5th in the 3200 at the state meet, 3rd in the 1600 at the state meet. And then Mackenzie Klein is a junior. She was on our 4x8 and then finished 8th in the 3200 a few hours later. So just a wonderful group of girls that won 3 indoor state titles in the 4x8 and then came into the outdoor season as back-to-back state champions in the 4x8. And so as Coach Beatty mentioned, there is lots of pressure that goes along with that. And all week we just told them to have fun because, as you all mentioned earlier, these moments are ones that you're going to reflect back on and hopefully reflect back on positively regardless of the outcome. And the outcome was great for us on June 6th and June 7th, but regardless of what happened, we wanted them to enjoy those moments, and they did, and they took that opportunity, and they won the state title by 7 seconds in the 4x8 with 2 seniors, a junior, and then Laken Wanklewicz is a sophomore. She is not here because she is a national caliber swimmer that is getting ready for the national meet for swimming as well. So a wonderful opportunity and an incredible accomplishment for them.
Back about talking about pressure with Anna Weil. Anna Weil is a returning state champion in the 100-meter hurdles. This year, coming into it, we needed to make sure we have that individual who kind of steps up. Last year's team was a little different than this year's team, and nobody, after 25 years of coaching and being a part of some pretty good football teams at Davidson, have I ever seen a person compete or be the best competitor I've ever coached. Anna was able to win the 100 hurdles this year. She set the meet record, state record, stadium record. She also came straight back. We had a contingency plan in place to have her not run the 100. She chose to run the 100, knowing what it would mean to the team score. She ended up placing 5th or 6th there, 6th place there. Quickly after that, come back to the 300 hurdles where she got snaked a little bit last year. Came back, set the meet record, stadium record, and the person who owned that record from Groveport was probably one of the best athletes to come through, and for her now to have those records, it just means a lot. Going into the 4x4, knowing that we needed to finish that race, and if anybody knows how to run a 4x4, she just ran 3 meets in the state meet with all that pressure, and performed very well. She ended up splitting a 55, 56 in the first leg to help us place in the 4x4 to solidify 2nd place. So Anna Weil is probably one of the best athletes that Hilliard will ever see, but also one of the greatest competitors ever.
Oh, he's gone already, but I wrestled with Coach Beatty's uncle. So, all right, the New Albany baseball team. So was it a thing this year to bleach your hair?
My name is John Fagan, and I'm a junior.
My name is Wolfie Howe. I'm a senior. I'm going to the University of Louisville studying biochemistry.
I'm Braylon O'Kine, senior, and I'm going to University of South Florida next year to study cybersecurity.
I am Nathan Riley. I'm a senior, and I'm going to The Ohio State University to study finance.
My name is Van Ruthier. I'm going to Miami, Ohio, and I'm undecided right now.
My name is Mason Ackerman, and I'm a junior.
My name is Luca Ritchie. I'm a junior.
My name is Connor Barr. I'm a junior.
My name is Jay Smith, and I'm a freshman.
My name is Carson Skinner. I'm a junior.
My name is Talon Beal, and I'm a junior.
Good morning. On behalf of the New Albany baseball program, we just wanted to thank the Franklin County Board of Commissioners for the opportunity to be here today. We have about half of our team here. We had 24 on our team, but what makes New Albany a special place is it's a baseball town, and most of our underclassmen are out already playing summer baseball to get ready for next year. But when talking about our team this year, the word adversity gets thrown around a lot, but I truly believe this group faced adversity. So last year we made the state Final Four and lost in 10 innings. And coming into this year, we returned only 3 everyday starters and only about 10% of our innings pitched from last year. And on top of that, we talked about writing our own story. Going into this season, we didn't play a single true home game this year. We played all of our games on the road because we didn't have a field. So these guys, they did, to show their true character, they didn't care where we went. They just showed up every single day ready to work. A great example of that is this past week, we had 4 practices and 2 games. So in 6 days, we practiced or played at 6 different venues. So they're the true definition of gamers. They just showed up every day ready to play. In 6 tournament games, we outscored our opponents 48-4, culminating with a win on Saturday night, beating Walsh Jesuit, who had several Division I players. We beat them 4-1. In the state Final Four, we used 2 pitchers. Each of them threw a complete game, allowing 1 run in each game. So just an incredible group, and I'm so proud of these guys, and thank you for the opportunity to be here today.
Got a text message from Remy Troutner's dad this morning. He was regretting he wasn't going to be here, but he's playing in Indiana today.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, well, congratulations. What's that?
Thank you.
Yeah. You know what, do we need to double stack? Yeah. Bring them back next year, you gotta look underclassmen. Yeah, that ballpark Remy's playing is terrible. A zillion ball fields, but they've got no parking. It's like a nice version of Bartliner with no parking. All right, New Albany Track and Field with Coach Mark Childs. Or maybe not, maybe just, oh.
Coach Mark couldn't be here
You can
today.
use the buttons and raise it up a little bit.
Put it where you need it.
There you go.
Hello, my name is Reese Holman from New Albany Track and Field. Coach Mark cannot be here today, unfortunately. But however, I would like to say thank you to the Board of Commissioners for this opportunity and recognizing all of us state champions today. This recognition means a lot to me. This season has been a journey. I had to fight a stress fracture all season for outdoor, but I got the job done. I won both indoor and outdoor states in the Division I high jump this year, making me a 3-time state champion, indoor and outdoor combined. And since I'm a senior, I plan to jump at Bowling Green State University and study biology on a pre-med track. Thank you.
Nice, congratulations. Bowling Green. Get a jump at Bowling Green. 3-time state champion. All right, Olentangy Girls Lacrosse with Coach Tim Bosco. Another one girl lacrosse team.
Hi, my name is Evie Howenstein. I am a recently graduated senior, and I plan to attend the University of Mount Union to continue playing lacrosse and study exercise science.
And I am not Tim Bosco. I am John Howenstein, the assistant coach for Olentangy Liberty Girls Lacrosse. Good morning, commissioners. Like to say thank you to the board as well as the Greater Columbus Sports Commission for hosting us today. I've had the honor of being here 4 times in the last 3 years, once with boys lacrosse and 3 times with girls lacrosse. Celebrating these milestones with you has really become a highlight to one of our, our calendar throughout the year. It's very unique to be here the number of times that we've been so fortunate to achieve the state championships. We appreciate the incredible support of Central Ohio Athletics. It's my privilege to be here on behalf of the girls lacrosse program, 3-time state champion Olentangy Liberty girls lacrosse program. I want to recognize our incredible staff, head coach Tim Bosco, and our athletic director Darren Meeker, whose visions keep the program performing at the highest levels. We've reached the state championship the last 4 years and winning the last 3. Getting back to this point was an incredible accomplishment. 20-3 record, beating our rivals in the Olentangy district, which is always special to me. Living in the district and competing with those girls and boys throughout the year and all their lives. The record doesn't necessarily mean that it was easy. In fact, we lost 3 times in just 8 days to rivals Upper Arlington. Then we lost to a team in Pittsburgh and then to Hudson. Instead of fracturing, the group really showed resilience. And they locked in, trusted the process, and reeled off 14 straight wins to close the year out, avenging every single bit of heartbreak from that stretch of 3-game losing. That resilience carried us into the postseason, a high-stake regional final against number 4 ranked New Albany. Then we got back to the semifinals again against Hudson, avenged the number 2 ranked team 9-8 in double overtime. And then we got back to the state championship to defeat Upper Arlington 9-8 in a very close game. This kind of championship DNA requires elite leadership. Our senior group captains, Aubrey Bartosik, Megan Benton, Maggie Kempa, Mo Cahill, and Evie Howenstein anchored this team all year. They kept focused, hungry, and united. In the 9-8 battle, I will say, and Evie just introduced herself, Evie made 2 saves in the final minute to save the game and helped us close out. So I really appreciate, really gratitude to be here today, thankful for all of you recognizing all the student athletes, and it's been fantastic to be part of Olentangy Liberty High School and Olentangy Liberty Girls Lacrosse. Thank you.
All right, the Olentangy Liberty Girls Track and Field Team with Coach James Dingus.
Thank you to the Board of Commissioners and congratulations to all the state champions. I get the honor of talking about Elena Aldrink. Unfortunately, she's currently on a plane traveling to Oregon to participate in the Nike National Meet in the 5K. So she regrets not being able to be here, but that name should sound familiar as the 2024 state 2-mile champion, the 2025 cross-country state champion, and again now the 2026 outdoor 2-mile state champion. Her winning time was 10 minutes, 26 seconds, and 26.89. And the year was pretty wild for her. Coming off of the cross-country state champion, being the best in the state, a lot of expectations were riding high. Entering indoor, she finished second in the 2-mile behind Katie Zhang of Taze Valley, who then went on to be a national champion in indoor. And probably could have finished top 5 in the NCAAs this past year. So entering the outdoor season, we have a defending state champion, but we're just not quite sure how she's feeling. I just went back and looked. She ran the race 3 times before the state meet. She finished 8th place, 3rd place, and then 5th place. And then finally 1st place as the state champion when it mattered most. And then the final thing I just want to let everyone know about with Elena is that 5th place is very special because in track, only the top 4 per event make it, but we have 2 wild card spots that can only be taken by 2 people from the entire state. So she may not have even had the opportunity to compete for her state title. And she finished 5th, and we had to wait for 3 other regions to complete, and she made it. And then she went out and proved herself the next week by dropping her time by 20 seconds. So, it's an incredible career, being a 3-time state champion. She's going to compete at Washington University next year and run track and cross country. And it's just encapsulating a phenomenal career. And thank you again for recognizing all the athletes, especially her.
All right, next we have the Olentangy Liberty Boys Track and Field with Coach Nate Sikach. Is that right, or is that Sikach?
Hi, I'm TJ Lichter. I'm a junior from Olentangy Liberty.
Hi, I'm Colin McShane. I'm an assistant coach and hurdles coach at Liberty.
And I am Nate Sikach, the head boys track and field coach at Olentangy Liberty. I know TJ would rather be in the blocks than probably standing up in front of you guys and giving a speech, but I'm going to talk about him a little bit. But first, again, I want to echo what everyone else has said. Thank you for putting this on. I've been fortunate enough to be here now 3 of the last 4 years, and it's an awesome thing to recognize these athletes and the hard work that they've put in, and hope to be back next year again, because I'm kind of getting used to it. But TJ's story, what I really want to highlight about TJ, first of all, state champion, Division I, 110-meter hurdles. I want to really highlight his resiliency to get to where he is right now. He missed his entire freshman season due to a back injury. He had a very good sophomore season. He made a trip to the state meet in the 110 hurdles, but finished dead last. So I truly believe that experience that he gained from that last year contributed to his success this year. He had a great year this year, got off to a great start, had a few injuries here and there that kind of stunted his training a little bit. I think if you were to ask us honestly if we thought we would be here right now, midway through the year, I'd say no, probably make it to the state and build off last year. Maybe we can get to the podium. But he kept working, kept doing what we asked. Like I said, very resilient. And he started to see some success and some payoff. I think it really kind of hit him when he broke 14 seconds. He got underneath that 14 second. He started to really believe this is something that could happen this year. And he kind of took that momentum to win the regional meet. He had the best time in the prelim at the state meet and put himself in a position where he really was believing that he could be a state champion. And I think the real cool thing with him being a junior, and I've told him this before, is I think we're just starting to scratch the surface of what he can do. And that potential now matched with, I think, a belief that he can do it is going to be really, really fun to see what happens next. Thank you again for having us.
Yeah, it was crazy.
All right, the Pickerington North girls track and field team with Coach David Spring.
Hi, I'm Ava DeNovo. I graduated this year. Hi, I'm Layla Wilson, and I'm a junior.
Hi, I'm Paris Williamson. I'm a junior.
Hi, I'm Ramaya Clark, and I recently graduated.
Hi, I'm Coach Jamie Hintz, and I want to say thank you to this because it's special to the girls. And I got to give a shout out to some of the girls because they threatened me. So I'm going to say some things about them. Layla and Paris, both coming in as juniors this year, got another year left. They are going to be very, very good in terms of what they've done already. Came in as freshmen, have been on that team every single year up until now. So to them, much love. Next year, more work. To Maya and Ava, these two young ladies, I can't say enough about them in regards to what I've spent, the time that I spent with both of them. They have, they've been there for me, and I've been there for them in so many cases. The time that I spent with Ava this year was crazy because she just catapulted right up the ladder in regards to her talent. Maya has been there, I mean, when I say from day one. So really close with her in terms of what she's done. I can go over their accomplishments, but they mean more to me than just that. I would be amiss if I did not mention Chana West and Kendall Simpson. We would not be here without those two because they helped us in regards to being alternates. They ran in some places that when we couldn't run, they ran. We had pairs who actually ran in an open race. So someone needed to step in for her, and they did it. So shots out to them as well. One little note that I'd like to add is they actually told me that they would win the 4x4 for my birthday. And my birthday was the day of the state meet, and they did win it. And then they started singing happy birthday, and I got emotional. It's okay. I got emotional. So I love them all.
Hi, I'm Dave Spring. I'm the head boys and girls track coach for Pick North. And I wanted to kind of also say this is kind of a really cool full circle moment for both Coach Jamie and I, who've been working together for years. I think it was about 10 years ago I stood at this podium and thanked you all. And it was our first ever, Pickerington North was established in 2003, and we won our first ever boys state championship title in 2015. So it was neat to do that. This is now our first girls state championship. So kind of a neat full circle moment. All these girls have been on the podium multiple times in multiple races. Our 4x4 was state runner-up last year. Paris was third in the state this year in the Open 400. Ava was third in the state this year in the Open 200. And then both Maya and Ava were on our 4x2, which finished third in the state as well. So these girls have been on the podium quite a bit, and it's kind of great to finally hit the peak of the mountain with that state title that in the first in the girls track and field history. So again, thank you for having us out. We really appreciate it.
And then finally, Westerville Central Girls Track and Field with Coach David Mentlow.
Good morning. Thank you for having us again. Unfortunately, I've also been able to do this for 4 years, and the crowd gets a little different by the time Westerville Central comes up. But that's okay. I appreciate you guys all here. We might stay for the rest of the meeting. But again, thank you. We appreciate it, and this is great that you guys do this. I know the athletes really appreciate it. But I'd like to say a few words about Simone Smith and then give her an opportunity to speak. Simone is someone that has come in, and as another coach mentioned previously, Simone didn't have her sophomore year, and she had an injury. She played volleyball, and so she had a year off of track. And I've never seen anybody work so hard after an injury to put themselves in a position to be able to compete. And what she did that year during her sophomore year where she was out, she worked continuously to become, I think, one of the best throwers in the state over the last 2 years. She's competed nonstop. Her junior year, she made great strides, and she just, you know, I would tell her all the time, just keep working. You know, she's frustrated about not being able to compete, but she kept working. And last year, she was able to finish 4th in the discus, and then this year, she was able to win it. And she's rewritten all of our record books, indoor and outdoor. And she's just a great person, not just a great athlete, but a great person, great personality, and somebody you enjoy being around as well. And I'm so happy for her, and I'll give her the opportunity to speak on herself.
Thanks, Coach. Thank you guys again for having me here today. I did write something up because I've spoken on a lot of things, so I just want to make this a little bit more formal for me. Again, thank you guys for having me. I'm Simone Smith. First, I want to thank my parents, my coaches, and my teammates, and everyone who has supported me along the way. No athlete here gets here alone, and I definitely didn't. I wasn't always dealt the best hand when it came to coaches or resources. Throwing is a really not weird thing, but it's definitely niche, and not a lot of people know about it. But instead of that become an excuse, I made it my motivation. I learned how to take ownership of my own development. My journey also came with adversity during volleyball season. I tore my labrum and eventually couldn't even lift my arm the way I wanted to, let alone imagine keeping at a high level again. But less than a year later, I went from recovering from surgery becoming a Division I athlete. That's something I never say to brag. It's a reminder that your current situation does not determine your future, and it's what matters you want to do with it. Today may celebrate what I've accomplished in high school, but this is far from the finish line. Along the way, I was blessed to accomplish big things that once felt impossible. I became a state champion, indoor weight thrower, and this year discus, and third place in shot, yeah. And then Reese also was state runner-up for discus. I don't know why she didn't mention that, but she's great. We've been competing for all year long. Competed on some of the biggest stages in the country and signed to continue my academic and athletic career at Ole Miss. The hunger that got me here does not stop because high school track is over. It doesn't stop because I reached one goal. That same hunger, that same belief, and that same relentless pursuit of growth is going with me at Ole Miss to the SEC, where I had the opportunity to compete with one of the best programs in the country, and hopes to major in biology and become an anesthesiologist assistant. And I just want to thank my coach Matt over here to always believing in me since my freshman year. But again, thank you guys so much for having me here today.